Stop waiting for success to find you. It doesn't magically happen. Build it with clarity, structure, and strategy on purpose. Hey, IOers. Picture this for me. You hit your quarterly targets. That bonus check just cleared in your bank account. You have the fancy corner office, that very impressive title, all the direct reports. You have achieved exactly what you set out to achieve 10, maybe 15 years ago. And yet, it's 9 p.m. on a Sunday. You're staring at the ceiling and you are dreading Monday morning. You keep running the same thought on a loop. Is this it? Am I just going to do this for the next 15 years until I retire? Welcome to the Industrially Organized Podcast. I'm Nicole, and today we're talking about one of the hardest leaps you may ever make. No, it's not the leap from failure to success, but the leap from comfortable misery into the complete unknown. That is executive to entrepreneur. If you are an executive standing on that ledge of entrepreneurship, you're probably wrestling with two massive invisible forces. The first is the golden handcuffs, and we all know what they are. It's the unvested stock options, the 401k match, the comprehensive health insurance, that guaranteed heavy-hitting biweekly direct deposit. Walking away from that feels financially irresponsible and, yes, maybe even a little crazy. You tell yourself, I should just be grateful. I have a great job. But let's be honest about corporate security. It's really largely an illusion. A single merger, a new CEO, or a restructuring can wipe out your role tomorrow or drastically change your comfy work life. The difference between corporate life and entrepreneurship isn't about risk versus safety. It's about who controls the risk. When you own the business, you hold the steering wheel. When you're an executive, you're really just a very highly paid passenger. And I'm not trying to diminish your role by any means. You worked hard to get there, and I know that. But you're still at the mercy of someone else. Someone else's ideas, someone else's goals, someone else's future aspirations. So, what's actually so hard to leave behind in the corporate world? The money typically is not the hardest part to leave behind. The hardest part is the title. That's typically what people think defines all of their hard work. So let's talk about that identity crisis. Right now, when you walk into a networking event or a dinner party and someone asks what you do, your title does the heavy lifting for you. You say, I'm the VP of operations at whatever Fortune 500 company, and instantly people nod. They respect you. The brand validates you. But when you become an entrepreneur, that invisible armor is gone. You are suddenly just Jane or John starting a consulting firm just like so many others, and their eyes just kind of glaze over. You have to strip away the corporate badge and start to rely entirely on your own unvarnished value. I've seen brilliant executives paralyze themselves because the thought of updating their LinkedIn profile to founder feels like stepping onto a stage naked. Who are you when you aren't leading the division? Who are you when you don't have the backing of a recognizable logo? And believe me, I get it. that was and is me. And let me tell you something, that imposter syndrome is real. It's just like that annoying gnat that's flying in your face and you have to swat away with your hand to refocus. So, if you're feeling this, I want you to hear me clearly. Being an entrepreneur isn't about being fearless. The people who jump without fear usually crash. The successful ones, the ones who transition from the C suite to thriving founders, are simply prepared. They're not perfect. Their trajectory isn't written in the stars. They just don't jump immediately into the river. They build a bridge first. They confront the identity crisis before they hand in their resignation. They get brutally honest about their risk tolerance. And if you've been dreaming of making this leap, but you're paralyzed by the what ifs, you don't need to jump blindly. But you do need a safe space to test your ideas, your mindset, and your resilience before you get that swimsuit on. That is exactly why I built the Executive to Entrepreneur program. I work with people on a daily basis on being strategically successful by understanding their motivating factors, understanding exactly how they show up to work and how they operate. And I work with people understanding their true identity and then strategically planning out their next move on their path to success. And while I was doing some networking, I had several business coaches approach me to develop a similar program specifically for executives trying to decide if they should take that leap, leave their corporate job, and start their own business. And I thought about it and realized I was that person. And since several different people asked me to develop this program, I knew immediately that this was something that was very prevalent. So if you're listening to this and thinking, yes, Nicole, that is me, I want you to know you are so not alone. I started doing some research, asking around in my network, and put together this Executive to Entrepreneur reality check program. And it's with you specifically in mind. This program is designed specifically for high level professionals who need to pressure test their leap before they take it. What we do is tackle those golden handcuffs, tackle that identity shift, and figure out if you are actually ready to build a business or if you're just really tired of your boss. I've put a link in the show notes below. Click on it, book a discovery call with me to see if the program is right for you. Maybe we end up renewing your corporate career. Maybe we figure out entrepreneurship is for you, just maybe in a year or two. Or maybe you are ready for that leap. Whatever it is, let's connect and let's start building your bridge. Thanks for joining me today. And until next time, remember, stay organized, stay industrial, and start building your success on purpose.